Hello and welcome to Strategic Business Leadership pre-scene crash course in which we are doing mock 1. I hope that I am audible as well as visible, right? Please confirm me if my voice and screen is clear. So this would be really fine, right, guys? Guys, as you guys are in our crash course, right? So my aim was for this crash course that we should be doing pre-scene analysis, which we have done, and for the best thing we have predicted the requirements, right? And guys, once we have predicted the requirements, what do we have now? We are going to solve three mocks, right? And in this three mocks, one mock would be solved by me, right? And two mocks are for students attempt, right? Two mocks are for students so that they have enough idea that how to solve this exam, right? So if at this date, like let's say this is probably 20th August, right? 21st August. So at this date, students' entire focus should be on pre-scene, right? Students' entire focus should be on pre-scene, none other things, right? A lot of students are here contacting me. That's shall I be doing that question, that question? If there is any similar question, I would have told you, right? I definitely would have told you. So you don't need to worry for any of the similar question. But yeah, since we have made three mocks for you guys, why not you guys attempt these mocks, right? Why not you guys attempt these mocks rather than going some other papers? And these mocks are totally based on considering the exam scenarios, and we experts have made these, right? So well, today's class, sir, what's the aim of today's class? What you gonna be doing? Guys, I'll conduct approx 3 classes, right? I'm writing here. I'll conduct approx 3 classes for mock 1 drafting, right? And in this mock 1 drafting, class 1 would be, that is today's class, that would be reading, right? Planning and reading suggested answer, right? We'll be reading the suggested answer as well. And then second and third would be exam answer drafting. We'll be doing drafting of this complete paper, right? Exam answer drafting of this complete paper in practice platform. So how you gonna be drafting this on a practice platform? Don't worry, guys. We have made a separate dummy practice platform in which rather than going in an exam and see the platform first time, we'll take you to the dummy platform, that how this ACCA exams work, so that you can do it, right? So for second and third day, this would be our plan, right? For second and third day, this would be our plan. And for class 1, today's class, I'll be reading the question, sorry, planning the mock, and reading suggested answer as well, right? Guys, the paper is of 3 hours and 15 minutes, right? And we have made sure that we know about the pre-scene. And one more thing is that I'll be posting this video as well, so that those who are not enrolled in OB in crash course, so they can at least see mock 1 requirements, right? So this is kind of an helping gesture, so that at least they see the requirement and they have an enough idea. And yes, of course, another that all the mocks would be available to all the enrolled students for this institute. So guys, let's go on to reading the mock. So guys, the case study consists of 3 tasks, okay? So, oh my god, you guys have made the exact exam type scenario. So yeah, this is what it is, right? So guys, in order to attempt the SBL exam, my instructions are clear, right? Attempting exam, my instructions are clear, that you should be familiarize yourself, right, with pre-scene, which we have done. We should be familiarizing ourselves with pre-scene, which we have done, so no need to worry on that, right? The second is that once the pre-scene familiarization is done, then read first page of exam, right? Read first page of exam, which we're gonna be reading, and requirements, right? Rather than going on the exhibits, you should be knowing that reading the first page of exam and requirements would make you to think like what should be written in the exam, right? So therefore the first page of the exam is, it's a meal kit business. You can flex with the examiner, you can flex with the examiner that we know this is a meal kit business based in Ireland, right, that provides meal kits to customers through its website and application. So anything new? This is just old bloody shit, we know about that. So yeah, you guys are too good if you know about that, huh? Then we have that Menucraft is seeking advice on number of issues. These number of issues must be the requirement, right? These number of issues must be the requirement from Hillford Consultants. You work for Hillford Consultants, so your role is here, right? Your role is here, and that's to provide consultancy, right? You must be saying that our parents doesn't trust us that much while taking in consultation, so how can an examiner? But yeah, you are here as a consultant, right? So you have been assigned to Menucraft. It is currently September 2005. The following exhibits available on the left hand side of the screen provide information relevant to the case study. So proposal of greater automation in meal kit production. Guys, I told you in my pre-scene analysis, always requirement on data and technology you can expect, right? Data, technology, risks, and then we have ethics, controls. Definitely the requirements are going to come here, right? From chief operating officer, we have got a proposal. Okay, keep in your mind that, okay, we have got a proposal here. Then integrated reporting, email from CFO highlighting need of integrated reporting for Menucraft company. So means considering all facts rather than just finance, right? If you remember the integrated reporting number, so considering all facts rather than finance, rather than finance, right? Then extracted of media reports. So extract of media reports, there might be the bad publicity, so you have to think like that, right? Oh, okay, so there is a media report, so there can be a publicity issue as well. And then suspected data breach in recipe customization platform, report from chief information officer. So there's a data breach as well. Again, I predicted this requirement in the pre-scene as well, and I have incorporated that in mock as well. So sir, you are genius, thank you, I know. Pre-scene information, see, examiner is also saying that, which you have already used to familiarize yourself. So if someone is reading the pre-scene in the exam first time, so that's gonna be a too shocking, right? That's for sure too shocking if someone is reading that pre-scene first time, right? So with Menucraft, and the industry in which it operates is also available on the left hand side of the screen, and the information. So the screen would be like that. So how's gonna be the exam screen? Wait till the next class, I'll be solving this question on the exam screen, right? So how's gonna be exam screen? The answer is, if you're familiar with the exam, so it's fine. If it's your second or third attempt, you must be knowing, but for all the first attempt candidates, I'll solve this on exam platform, right? I'll solve this on exam platform, don't worry, okay? Don't worry at all, right guys? So this was it, and then we have got exhibits. Leave the exhibits and read the requirements. So task 1, what's the task, sir? It responds to the proposal sent to the board of director by the chief operating officer. Board Menucraft have asked chief operating officer consider wider implications of automation on overall business and culture of Menucraft. So that means while reading it, we got an idea that we have been sent a proposal to the BOD, right? and we need to evaluate its impact, right? We need to see its impact on business and culture. Sometimes the culture is not that much easily changed, right? So they want you to evaluate it. And now the main points that we need to highlight, that we need to make a report needs to be highlighted. Our audience is CEO, okay, which he will present to the board. So audience might be board as well, right? There were 6 important things that you need to highlight in the exam, in the requirement, which you evaluate the chief operating officer's proposal to increase automation in production, okay. Your answer should assess financial and operational benefits, the risk relating to people, culture, and technology, and wider implications for menu crafts, brands, and ESG commitments. Conclude with clear recommendation to the board. And here we go with 20 marks. Here we go with 20 marks, and the skills are available for analysis skills. If you can see that there are multiple requirements in this question, you need to comment on the production that needs to be automated, okay, you need to comment on that, but with here you need to comment on financial and operational benefits, then you need to comment on risk relating to people and technology, its wider implications on ESG as well, that whether this automation might impact the environment as well, so you don't need to do that, right? Right, you don't need to do that. That if you are automating a business and just impacting the environment badly, so obviously you don't need to see this for sure. For this proposal from different aspects, that how it will impact Manucraft's business, how it will impact Manucraft's business, and we have got 4 marks. So guys, my rule is 20 plus 4, so it's 24 marks. We have to minimum write 12 points if we believe that, okay, our each point gonna award us 2 marks, so 24 marks. But since we are not that much good in English, we are not that much good in business, so I'll be suggesting you to write at least 16 to 18 points. Sir, can we write 16 to 18 points? Yes, you can, guys. Yes, you can. And one more thing is that plan. This requirement is of planning, because you have 3 hours and 15 minutes, so that means you have 195 minutes per 100 marks, and for 195 minutes that means 1.95 minute per mark. Now for this 24 marks requirement, how much time do you have, guys? This is the class of planning, so 24 marks into 1.95, so it's 46.8 minutes for this requirement. That means if your paper has started at 9 a.m., irrespective of what your time zone is, I'm just giving you an example, so till 9:45 a.m. this paper or this requirement should be done. So now you will be acting accordingly. And in this requirement, what do you guys have? You guys have to think on these factors. You guys have to think on these factors. Which factors? That we are going to increase the automation. We are going to increase the automation, and we have to consider its financial and operational benefits, and we have to read the proposal. Obviously the proposal has been sent, so we have to read it as well. The risk relating to people, culture, and technology, and its wider implications on ESG. So whether that tech would be accepted, whether that tech would be accepted by management or by people, by staff. So you have to think of it now. You have to think of it, guys. So how would you rate this requirement? What do you think? What's this requirement, and how would you rate it? So my rating on this requirement is easy. Why? Because we predicted it as well. So we're gonna be seeing and we're gonna be drafting this requirement as well. And if that kind of a requirement came in an exam, that can be done easily, right? So first requirement was it, and then we have written interest has been shown by all board members on adopting, okay. Allocate the color as well in the requirement. So this is in a green color here. So wherever I'll get a point in exhibit, I'll mark it in a green if I'm going to use it, right? And let's make this color. You can use the color sequences there, silver, right? Let's make it silver. So green color is for the first requirement, okay? Now, the second requirement is that integrated reporting has been preferred, and they have to ask CFO to present presentation in relation to the next board meeting. You have been requested by the CFO slides and accompanying notes. Prepare two presentation slides, okay? Two presentation slides with supporting speaker notes for the board, setting out the case about integrated reporting at MenuCraft. Your presentation could explain the key benefits of integrated reporting and outline how six capitals of IR could apply to the business model. Guys, very easy. I've attempted many requirements like this, right? Very easy requirement. And I must say that there have been many past papers that I myself have solved in the classes, right? I myself have solved in the classes, and they have got integrated reporting, and they have got like this. And since we have slides as a format, so always maximum of the times when there's a slide, so communication is your skill, right? Communication is your skill, that for 4 marks, communication is your skill, that's for 4 marks, right? So integrated reporting, I believe that since it's communication, I don't think so that there would be that much data on integrated reporting, right? We'll be seeing it, for sure, but I don't think so. My expert I says that we don't think so that integrated reporting would be that much. Would be data of that would be like this, So it's still marks are, sir. It's still the marks are 12 plus 4, so 12 plus 4, it's 16 marks. And in slides, you must know, right? In slides, you must know that we have to write less, right? In slide, you must know that we have to write less. Why? Because there's an marks on the points as well, and there's an marks on the supporting notes as well. So in slides, we used to write very less, like we have a points for the pointers that we have made, and we have a points for the slide that we have made as well, okay? So this is it, I believe. Very easy requirement. We'll be reading the case as well, and we'll see that everything is going fine or not, right? So we'll see that as well. Right? Yes. Then let's see task 2. Okay, sir, how many time would you give to this requirement? So it's also clear, 16 into 1.95. So the time to attempt this requirement is 1.95, in which the planning is also included. So it's 31 minutes, right? Make it 30. Make it 30, huh? Then task 2. What's that? Media allegations on packaging supplier. Now that supplier on which we were totally dependent, you remember that supplier that was really one, and on which we are totally dependable. So media allegations on packaging supplier has become a serious matter, right? Has become a serious matter on concern for board of directors, and they have asked CEO to urgently prepare a report on it, okay? So a serious concern, report. And if there's a serious concern, so evaluation is your skill, right? Pros and cons. We'll read the requirement as well, pros and cons as well. So board evaluating the implications of allegations against Ecopack Limited. Your report should assess the risk of continuing versus terminating the relationship. Oh, great requirement, Great requirement. Like whether we should continue or break up. What you guys suggest? But I believe breaking up is not the solution, considering we have only one supplier. That was the thing that I really highlighted in the exam, in the pre-scene, that you cannot just break up, right, with this supplier, as you are totally dependent on it. Ethical and sustainability issues involved, likely impact on the MenuCraft's reputation, stakeholders' trust, provide a balanced evaluation. 14 plus 4, 18 marks. So that means at least 9 points. But since we are not that much good with the 2 marks points, so we'll be making 14 or 15 points here. And the requirement marks would be 18 into 1.95. So time would be 35 minutes. So would we be getting that much time in the exam. Believe me guys, if you are doing practice of this paper again and again, you would definitely be getting that much time. So first requirement, I'll just make a list on the requirement as well, huh? So first requirement was of innovation adoption, right? Innovation adoption. You need to remember the requirements before reading the exhibits. This is what the plan is. And innovation adoption. Second is integrated reporting. Third is supplier termination, we must say. The balance suggestion of it, right? Then the chair has drawn the attention to the recent media reports. Oh, you guys are in media. For Exhibit 3, suggesting that meal kit companies may struggle to remain competitive if they rely solely on local suppliers. Yeah, we were totally dependent on island suppliers. Remember? Totally, you guys are dependent on whom? Totally, you guys are dependent on whom, guys? Local island based suppliers, right? And this is might not give you the competitive advantage. Prepare a briefing paper, right? As a briefing paper, my mistake is here. So briefing paper for board assessing implications for menu craft of moving away, right, from its local only sourcing model to evaluate whether hybrid approach could be cost competitiveness with preservation. So another requirement is supplier expansion, right? Means from local we need to get hybrid, right? It's supplier expansion. From local we need to get hybrid. I must say that you know about this, huh? This again was a predicted requirement that we are totally dependent on that. And now the famous skill here is commercial acumen. You need to give commercially sound judgment, right? You need to act like a commercial person, right? There are finance related roles in which you guys see or get the commercial skills. So which skills you are talking about? The skills of finance business partner, in which you have to make yourself as a commercial guy, right? And then you have to think of the prices, you have to think of the cost, you have to think the impacts on the market. So similarly, the skill is only that guy can have the skill who can think like a salesperson. Okay, what this thing would impact on my current sales as well as in future sales, right? So 4 marks for it and 16 marks. So again 20 beautiful marks, right? 20 beautiful marks. So approx 18 points. And similarly 20 into 1.95, so time would be 39 minutes, right? And all the important things like briefing paper, skills, marks, points. My audience is bored, right? You need to know so that you can draft the words accordingly. If you know about your audience, so you can draft the word accordingly, right? And hybrid approach could balance the cost competitiveness, so we should be knowing the hybrid approach as well. Then audit committee is being concerned. Audit committee guys are always concerned, believe me guys. I've worked on, and they are not very happy with the company always. Data breach incident, and they have asked chief operating officer to present, okay, again a report. Audit and risk committee evaluating recent data breach of resume customization platform. Your report assess the seriousness of the breach of customers, regulators, and reputation. So there has been a breach, and we need to consider their seriousness. Evaluate the adequacy of existing data governance, supply oversight controls, and recommend is the actions board should strengthen to cybersecurity governance. So data breach is one of the requirements. So guys, till now we know about the requirement, we know about the marks, we know about the formats, but we don't know about the clear questions. And the clarity of these requirements would be given. Clarity of these requirements would be given once exhibits are read, so that you can connect, right? Once exhibits are read, so you can connect. Okay, so this is the case, okay, so this is the case. This is how you guys needs to think on. This is how you guys needs to think on. And since this was a data breach, management would be giving us fake arguments, fake justifications, so we need to be skeptical here, we need to be skeptical here. So evaluate the adequacy of existing data governance, supplier oversight controls, and recommend actions board should take to strengthen cybersecurity governance. A bit of IT touch, I'll say, data breach, IT touch, cybersecurity. So the guys who have worked in cybersecurity, there are certain students though after bachelor's in cybersecurity they do ACCA, so they might connect with this requirement as well. So, sir, did you guys predicted this requirement? Yes. And see, what a luck it can be that if the same copy of paper could be given you in an exam. Would this be possible? No, guys. I'm not the ECC examiner, so this wouldn't be possible. So, guys, innovation adoption, integrated reporting, supplier termination, supplier expansion from going local suppliers to hybrid, means balancing a mix of supplier, and then there's a data breach, and each of the requirement equivalently gives you around 20 marks, 20 beautiful marks, just to draft it accordingly. So would we be reading exhibits? Yes, guys, we need to read exhibits, but these requirements are sure, and if 50% of the exam is similar to it, so guys, you are definitely a pass. You just need enough practice, and I would definitely suggest that at this time don't go for other papers, just do these mocks, that's it. In 10 days you have to do these mocks, that's it, and read some of the answers, that's it, right? Yeah, you can read the similar answers. If someone is asking, that's why if we have done mock, right, if we have done all 3 mocks, I don't know if someone is here that have done all 3 mocks, so read exam answer, right? Read exam answer of similar kind of a question. Like I told you, there have been similar kind of questions that I have solved on integrated reporting. Read those examiner answers. There have been similar kind of questions that I have solved on cybersecurity. Read those examiner answers because they are predicted, right? We must see that there can be a question on breach, so you should be reading the similar questions as well, rather than attempting the complete papers and reading your whole waste day. Is there any question, guys? If it is, so please ask. Yeah, guys, so let's go on to the exhibit now. Let me get my Mac charge as well. Yeah, so we are now on exhibit 1, chief operating officer's proposal of automation. The highlight was green. Okay, our current production facility in Central Island operates 4 lines 16 hours per day, and we knew it, right? And we commented that as well, that it's a pretty much more, assembling approximately 40 million meal kits annually. While robotics are used at the start of the process, the majority of ingredient selection, placement, and the final quality checks are performed by human operatives. With rising competition and pressure on margins, we are considering on capital investment, advanced automations. Now see, pressure on margins. That means they might want to eliminate the human force, right? They might want to eliminate the human force, and they might want to get they might want to uh, get done things through AI, and there's a chance of that, right? Install robotic arms with vision systems to select place ingredients automatically and reducing reliance on human operatives. See, introduction of AI driven quality control system, estimated capex of 25 million, right? And expected efficiency gains of labor cost savings 6 million annually, so there would be savings. Production capacity uplift for 20%, reduced error contaminates rates, right? Error rates has been, implementation time frame is 18 months, potential issues, So here is the issues. Job losses, 350 operatives roles could be made redundant. This may trigger union action and reputational concern. Therefore, they told you that think on the culture, think on the people, think on the ESG. Remember? Therefore, they told you because they're gonna be scrutinizing some of the jobs. Then technology risk, dependence on the automation suppliers, highly maintenance costs, risk of production stoppages. Then cultural impact. Shift from people centric production to machine driven may undermine menu crafts, local people first brand narrative. So that's kind of a saying that they could face a backlash as well. Guys, think of it that what they are planning to do. Huh? Think of it. Then we'll read its answer as well. They are saying that we are paying too much to the human, and we are not that much producing as well. So therefore, we are thinking to introduce an AI based mechanism that's kind of a robotic arms, right? There's a human working, and now the robots would be working. The error chances would be low. The cost is significantly higher. The savings are good as well, and people gonna be getting job as well. A lot losing the job as well, right? Now, the board is asked to evaluate whether the long-term efficiency and scalability benefits justify or not. So I believe that long-term efficiency and scalability benefits justify here the upfront cost and potential social impact. They do justify here, I must say. They do justify here. But rather than going on to the IR, why not we read the requirement again, that report for the CEO, which will present to the board, in which you evaluate COO's proposal to increase automation. You're gonna be evaluating that. The skills here are analysis. So evaluation needs to be done, right? You can comment on positives and negatives as well, but you need to connect it with the scenario. Analysis means that connecting with different aspects, right? And here you need to connect it with the people, or you need to connect it with the culture, you need to connect it with the technology as well, right? So guys, did you get this? Did you get this? This is a typical requirement and wider as well, right? Now think of it like, all of a sudden, if you are just terminating the jobs and people not liking it, they might protesting against you. So there could be a problem, right? There could be a problem as well at a very short term. So, sir, why not we should be reading answer before going on to the next requirement? Yeah, absolutely, we can do this, absolutely. Just a second, and then I'll be uh, reading the answer, since we have done it. So sir, would you be drafting that question? Yeah guys, in the next class I'll be drafting it completely as well, but before that I need to show you guys answer as well, right? As this class would be published, so at least we should be knowing that what points we can write here. At least we should be knowing that what exact points we can write here. So just a second, I am sharing the answer as well. Yeah guys, so the first thing is report, right? So we have report here. So this is going to be the report for sure. Then to, from, subject, and everything, right? Business consultant and all that. Exam date. Now introduction. So to evaluate, see, this is what the maximum pointers answer could be here, right? And obviously this needs, these are pointers, I must say. These are pointers. We need to explain it while drafting, but for sure, for seeing the answers at least, right? We need to explain it while drafting, right? So Purpose to evaluate the CEO's automation proposal considering financial, operational, ESG implications, right? So this is our purpose. Manucraft may face competitive pressures, slowing growth, rising customer expectations for efficiency, consistency, and safety. Because if you are doing some robotics, customer might expect more from you. This is one of the problem as well. Huh? You ignore that. The customer might expect more for you. Financial and operational analysis: 25 million upfront, 6 million labor cost. Simple payback is 4 years. So we calculated payback. This is what analysis is, right? This is what analysis, calculating a payback here. Then 20%, so potential to support growth beyond 40 million meals per annum. That is our current position, right? See, this is also analysis. If you're commenting on your current position, so this is also your analysis as well. So error reduction: fewer packaging errors, less waste, improved compliance with food safety, aligns with AFC scrutiny. Again, you connected with pre-seen here. See, this is the pointers. You need to draft it accordingly. But connecting with the pre-seen, again, analysis skills has been hit, connecting with different exhibits. Then ROI consideration: beyond cost savings, higher throughput could increase revenues if demand is sustained. However, demand growth in Ireland is slowing from pre-seen. Risk of excess capacity. They told you that demand is on declining in Ireland. The thing is that there have been excess people working it. There have been excess capacity that needs to be catered. But yeah, global demand is increasing. So you have to think and take a rough decision here that, okay, my country's demand is worsening, but on a global scale, the demand is going. My one competitor is doing the work on a global scale. So shall I? Shall I? Now, this is the question that you need to ask yourself, right? This is the question that you need to ask yourself. Then, people and cultural implications. So, 350 redundancies, 40% workforce reduction, reputational risk, union action, huge redundancy payments. You can write that this as well. You need to pay huge redundancy payments as well. Cash flow risk as well, huh? Cash flow risk as well. This could be the problem. Similarly, may undermine people first local supplier. This might undermine the people first local supplier and identity and mission values, and risk of reduced motivation. Huh? There might be. Why? See, because if a staff is working manually, they might feel like they are important. Huh? Just think of it, as a staff. But when they are doing, or when they are not working, just monitoring, they might feel that we are just monitors. We are not that much important part of this organization, and we are just doing the lesser role. Right? This could be the important. And in the motivation chapter, we have studied that for motivation, you need to give them multiple tasks. For motivation, you need to give them motivators. And if you are doing all the things automation, and if they have been not given the appropriate job role, there could be worsening positions between staff as well, because half of the staff you are going to terminate it, right? You are going to just ask them to leave, and 40% of the staff, remaining 60%, you are going to use in an automated way. So there could be positives and negatives as well, Sir, what the IT team if fails, there could be the problem as well, You are totally dependent on your system. That system is provided by a vendor, and if that vendor died, if that vendor collapsed, and if there is no support for that vendor, then what will happen, right? I've seen those systems. They were thriving in some times, but all of a sudden the owner of the business went away and the systems fall. So would you be inducting again 40% more? This could be a valid point as well, that you need to plan it accordingly, guys. You need to plan it for sure. You need a definite plan for this. Similarly, maintenance cost, unclear ongoing cost, potential downtime, right? There could be downtime as well. And all of a sudden, if you're producing at a very good capacity and a plant went away and your plant is down, where's the production? There might be human if they might have producing more than if the plant is going regularly on a downtime, right? Downtime means that your plant is not operational. Yeah, the entity do the downtime every 6 months. I work in an organization where every 6 months there is a plant closer been done in which everything has been monitored, but if that is too frequent, so the production would halt, right? An 18-month rollout may cause production interruptions. Obsolescence risk, guys, obsolescence risk as well, huh? Obsolescence risk, now what's that? Robotics gets obsolete, AI may reduce long-term competitiveness. If you have not that much appropriate system, if you have not opted that much appropriate system, so there could be obsolescence risk as well, right? Do you guys agree that there could be obsolescence risk? Then ESG and brand considerations, huh? Environmental risk. Automation may reduce waste contamination. Large scale redundancies conflict with sustainability and people. See, now I'm connecting it with the pre-scene, huh? Analysis skill, guys. Analysis skill. This is a pointer that in the pre-scene we told we work for sustainability, we work for people, and all of a sudden we are terminating the people. Investor may challenge our ESG. Our environmental sustainable growth might be challenged, right? And if you are going to do it, so your board has the responsibility to for the transparent communication, huh? Your board has the responsibility. If your board is not acting responsibly here, there could be pretty much problems, huh? There could be pretty much problems, right? Especially investors and employees, right? The people, those who are investing in your business, and all of us. See, if I am a stock market man and I'm investing in a company, and all of a sudden if I see if a company is laying off, that could present or portray a bad picture, right? So guys, there, I told you 18 points, but if every paragraph has been converted, so these are more than 20 points, right? Balanced view, so strong financial case, operational efficiency, safety improvements, but high social and reputational risk. This could be one paragraph. Proceed only if robust people strategy is developed. Conduct a pilot automation. Yeah, pilot programs. Do the pilot programs, guys, before committing full $25 million. Strengthen communication. Then, decision should balance long-term efficiency with short-term stakeholder trust. Your board plays a vital role. Board and its communication, right? Board and its communication plays a vital role, right? It plays a vital role. Did you guys get it? So, sir, how can we get the professional marks? If you do the payback and capacity point, if you commented on people, brands, and all that, if you commented on if the demand's low, if the technology get obsolete, right, you will get 5 marks. That's it. If you commented on, and if not of the maximum, but if the minimum of the points have been written which are targeting these points, the professional marks are there. Got this, right? If minimum points are there, getting it, so you can easily get the professional marks, right? You can easily, very minimalistically, you get the professional marks. Did you guys get it? Now, one question is here, that's we just read Exhibit 1. We just read it. One question is there. We just read Exhibit 1, right? We drafted or we planned requirement 1, right? So all of a sudden, if any of the point comes from Exhibit 2 or Exhibit 3 or Exhibit 4, so can we amend the answer? Or what do you suggest we should read the complete exhibits and then draft? Guys, my strategy is quite clear. Once you have read all the requirements, once you have read Exhibit 1, and if you believe that, yeah, we have got enough points to draft, just read the exhibit and draft an answer, rather than waiting for Exhibit 2, Exhibit 3, Exhibit 4 reading, as if you believe that this requirement can be attempted from reading this exhibits, that should be targeted and that should be drafted very much easily. That should be drafted on a good manner, right? Rather than going for reading all the exhibits and then going in the drafting. This wouldn't be my suggestion. My suggestion is quite cut and clear, that if you believe that after reading an exhibit there is enough points to be written, and what if, guys, this is a computer based paper, all of a sudden if you get another point, you'll just go on to the back requirement and draft it. That's it. You don't need to do anything else, huh? So guys, this is task 1 that we have attempted. We have just seen the requirement. In drafting class, obviously we'll be drafting this complete paper as well, so don't worry. So far we have covered exhibit 1, and we have drafted the 20 marks. We have read the planner. In the next part we'll be doing 2-3 exhibits and its requirement as well, and slowly and steadily we'll cover this complete paper like this. And once this is done, we'll be attempting this paper on the exam practice platform, so that you guys are aware of, right? And then the most important thing is the 2 mocks that I've published on your LMS, 2 mocks that I've published on your LMS, mock 2, mock 3. You have to attempt it in an exam time frame, and then you have to send it to me for marking, and get yourself evaluation, get yourself a good evaluation, that whether this paper can be passed, right? So guys, in the next part I'll be solving part 2 and part 3. I'll be discussing my answers, and then we'll go on to the drafting class as well. Thank you.